Good afternoon, friends. We are here for another silence camp. Why do we need silence camp? Silence camp gives you an opportunity to deeply contemplate over the life we all have been living in sansar. Analyze deeply our body, our mind, our thoughts, our actions, reactions, intellect, beliefs, ideas. Mind is a beautiful thing and has provided enormous amount of power which can change the world. The question is, what is the force behind all these things? What is the reality and what is an illusion? Silence camp gives you an opportunity to deeply contemplate and reflect on the life that you have been living so far. And where do we go from here onwards? If you analyze, our lives are made out of actions or reactions. We act because we want something in life. What we are after, we don't know. But whatever we are after, we get it. Sometimes, many times, we don't get it. And similarly, everyone else is also out there to get something. They also get some things sometimes. Many times they don't get it. And yet they keep on struggling. Life seems like a struggle, filled with actions and reactions. We act and the world reacts. Others react. Others act and we react. Somehow, our whole day is made out of actions and reactions. We act, people react. People act, we react. There are continuous frictions, struggle for getting things. At the end of the life, whatever we have gained, we leave behind and we move on. Somehow, the game of life seems meaningless, seems a washout, because looks like we are not achieving anything. We are barely trying to survive. We are barely trying to make ends meet. If we are not acting, we are reacting physically. But every action and reaction is backed by zillions and zillions of thoughts. So these thoughts are nothing but a preparation for the actions or reactions. All the actions and reactions requires two parties, you and someone else. You like something, you want something, you have to give a price, time, efforts. All our actions are backed by millions of thoughts. So every action or reaction in a miniature form is a war. And between the times that we act or react, what do? We contemplate, we think, we try to come up with ideas. Our mind is continuously active, thinking of the ways to get something and win in this miniature wars that we fight all the time. So either we are fighting in the war, physically, outside, in the world, or we are making preparations for the war. We never have peace. Silence camp gives you an opportunity to analyze your life, reflect on your life. Is this the life that you want to live, where you continuously struggle, and then at the end, the life makes you weak, old, too debilitated to fight in the war, and you die. You came with nothing. You are living with nothing. Is this the life that we had imagined? Is this the life we had pictured for ourselves? Is this the life anybody would want? This is a losing game. Whatever objects you are accumulating, you have to give it up back to the life and move on, including the body, that you want to keep it young forever, doesn't stay young forever. Inch by inch, hour by hour, second by second, you're losing this body. Life is a losing game. In Silence Camp, I want you to reflect on these facts of life. Realize these facts of life. Contemplate on these facts of life. Go deeper. Try to find the answers. We need Silence Camp because silence is your nature. Peace is your nature. Divinity is your nature. When you are in the world, just like in any other war, you are given an identity. War cannot happen between two unknown people. They have to be given an identity. Either you are a Hindu or a Muslim. Now you can fight. If you were not told that you are a Hindu or a Muslim, you may not fight. But now you have identity, so you fight. You always fight to protect something that is given to you by the society. So this identity that we are given and we are fighting for, either you are Indian or a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a professional or knowledgeable or ignorant or superiority complex, inferiority complex, All these identities are necessary to fight the war of life. Is this identity our final identity, or are we something else? Silence gives you an opportunity to contemplate these crazy motions that are happening, either at our physical level of our body, going from places to places, or at the mind level, where we go all over the universe with our power of our mind, thoughts, beliefs, ideas. All these things are continuously moving. In deeper contemplation, we will try to be a witness of all these motions. Just a witness, no reactivity. Because mind is nothing but full of actions and reactions, which are struggles, frictions. But in deeper states of meditation, just by being silent and carrying out our meditative process, but remaining awake, alert, observant, and only be a witness of these motions of a life that we know as life. Our mind is continuously struggling, and it generates thoughts to connect with others. Either we are connecting with people, objects, or situation. Thoughts are your bridges you lay down to go and meet others, whether physically or mentally. You are continuously trying to connect with this world, people, objects, situations. So we're gonna be silently watching our mind, trying to think, create the bridges to connect with the world. And by watching the mind, trying to connect with the world, we're gonna fall into our true identity, not the identity that is necessary to participate in this crazy war called life, but a real identity where absolutely there is no motion, there is silence, there is shunyata. This is our true identity. We need our fake identity, the ego, so that we can represent ourselves in this crazy war. And that ego is fake, is not real. Just like a dream, that we fight a battle in the dream, and we wake up, and the whole war that we fought in the dream becomes obsolete, and we wake up to a new reality. Silence camp is designed to give you a chance to go deep in your meditation. Observe these reactivities, which does not lead you to anywhere, and be a silent witness. We're gonna try to provide a background for this whole life that you have lived so far. Just like a teacher writes on a blackboard with white chalk, then only the letters can be read. The same way, this whole reactivity, activity and the reactivity, which represents the war of life, we're going to put it on a test. We're going to provide it a background which is non-reactive. There is no reactivity which will be coming from us to our thoughts, to our activities, to our reactivities, to this crazy life that we have lived so far. By observing the activity silently, we will go into non-reactivity, where there is absolute peace, absolute silence, and infinite emptiness opens up for us. For this, we may have to give up the war of life. Only by giving up the war of life, we can achieve the peace. We can achieve our true identity that we were born with. We acquire new identity of infinite peace, infinite existence, infinite bliss, infinite joy. And then we realize the identity which we have been using is only a label that is attached on us. Only labels fight. Shunyata does not fight, because Shunyata is non-reactivity. So together, we all will meditate to our heart's contents. Stop the world. Forget the world. Get peace and rest from reactivities and elevate yourself into the beautiful kingdom of heaven, where there is absolute silence. Welcome to the silence camp.